Look at
Hello,
me
hello,
throwing myself.
everyone. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss the latest celebrity tea in the news. And we do it live every weekday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Chatmosa. I'm your host, Auntie Derek, and today is the first Monday of the year, January 5th. So with me on the mic, I have some fabulous co-hosts, my Icy Chili, my Gorgeous Moon, and my Libra Queen. Hey, ladies.
What's
Hey.
up?
Good morning. Look at me coming in hot. My bad. Good morning,
Girl,
everyone.
no, please do not apologize because that's the beauty of the show, and I love how unfiltered the show is. Pretty much just like a message of like, if I can do it, you can do it. So yeah, if one of your resolutions was the podcast this year, let me be your inspiration and bring that ass over to Chat Moso. So anywho, so we are now in week 9 of our hot tea cold cash giveaway. So that means we have 2 more winners to go. Now, for the giveaway terms and conditions, head over to auntiederek.com/hot tea cold cash. Again, the terms and conditions can be found at auntiederek.com/hot tea cold cash. How you gain entries into the giveaway? You subscribe to a bitch. First, head over to auntiederek.com and hit that subscription button. Subscribing to me is free and you stay in the know. You RSVP to every upcoming live show. And for an additional entry, you attend the live show and stay in its entirety. And for another entry, you can post about my show on social media and use the hashtag Auntie Derek. So without further ado, I want to announce week eight's winner. And without further ado, let me get the graphic. Week eight's winner is one of my subscribers by the name of Dominique.
Woo.
Let's go, Dominique.
Let's go. Dominique, thank you so much for your support. And you see how easy that is, y'all. So, Dominique probably at work right now in the new year, probably annoyed as hell that they got to be at work. But they just by subscribing to me, they got this lucky win of $100. This could be you. So for the next 2 chances, we are giving away this $100. So make sure y'all get those entries in. Dominique, we will be reaching out to you to see how you want those winnings. And your 3 options are Zelle, Stripe, or a million check. All right. Well, again, congrats, Dominique. Well, I shall be hearing from you soon. And I think we got a bunch of hot tea we could just jump into. So let's just jump right in.
We jumping into the tea time.
Yes. Hey, you know what we like to start off with, honey.
Oh God.
No Diddy news. No Lord.
Honey,
uh,
Dang.
you know he likes to stay in the news, honey. And the gagger is this is actually crazy because this is the kind of news broke over the weekend. So you know he's currently trying to appeal his sentence. And remember the last thing that we read about that was that he felt that the Judge Arun Subramanian acted as the quote unquote 13th juror.
Mm.
Well, now he's actually has law professors that agree with him, child. Not one, but 3. And y'all see I just shared here by way of all hip hop, and it's an exclusive. Did he get support from university professors aiding fight and appeal? Mm-mm. So Diddy just picked some unexpected heavy hitters in his legal fight to get out of prison, and they are not music industry friends or celebrity supporters. The legal brain trust going to bat for Diddy is Professor Douglas A. Berman of the Ohio State University, Professor John Bloom of Cornell Law School, and the Honorable John Gleason. It says retired EDNY adjunct professor at New York University of Law. The law professors who argued that a federal judge overstepped by sentencing him on the basis of claims that a jury had already rejected. In a newly filed brief with the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit, the professors urged the court to vacate Diddy's sentence and remand the case for a new hearing. They argued that the judge relied on accusations that jurors unanimously found not proven. The professors say the issue is simple. A jury's decision should matter. Sean Combs chose to trust a federal jury to decide whether the sovereign got it right, the professors wrote. The verdicts largely vindicated his faith in our jury system. The jurors cleared Diddy of the most serious charges in his case. They convicted him only on 2 counts under the Mann Act. Those charges often result in much shorter prison sentences than the one imposed, according to the filing. Despite those acquittals, the sentencing judge treated the rejected allegations as accurate and used them to increase Diddy's prison term, the professor said. The professors argued that the move undercuts the jury's role and ignores recent changes to federal sentencing rules. Not guilty means not guilty, the U.S. Sentencing Commission chair said when announcing a 2024 rule change that limits the use of acquitted conduct. The professor quoted that line repeatedly in their filing. The new rule was intended to prevent judges from punishing defendants for charges they won at trial. The professors say that did not happen in his case. Instead, they wrote the judge relied on what court believed had really happened, even though the jury rejected that account. The brief states that the approach produced a sentence far longer than the convictions alone would warrant. Federal prosecutors wish to see Mr. Combs punished for the charges they had failed to prove, the professors wrote. They argued the court adopted the prosecution's view after the trial ended, effectively undoing the jury's work. The district court did so, resolving core factual disputes contrary to the verdicts, the filing states. The professors argued that this practice sends a troubling message to the public, particularly in a high-profile case. Acquittals in these cases become inconsequential formalities with no meaningful effect on the state's ability to punish, the brief states. They warned that outcome risk weakening trust in the justice system. Only a jury acting on proof beyond a reasonable doubt may take a person's liberty, the professor wrote. That promise stands as one of the Constitution's most vital protections against arbitrary government. The professors also focused on how federal law governs sentencing. They argued that Congress intended punishment to reflect the crime of conviction, not the charges that failed. They noted that sentencing law repeatedly ties punishment to the quote-unquote offense for which a defendant was found guilty, rather than to allegations rejected by the jury. Using acquitted conduct, they argued, does the opposite. The brief notes that the sentencing based on rejected claims can result in wide disparities among defendants convicted of similar crimes. That runs against the goal of fairness, the professors wrote, and makes sentences harder to explain to the public. The professors also warned that this practice may discourage jury service. If verdicts can be brushed aside later, jurors may question whether their role matters at all, they said. That concern is stronger in cases like Diddy's, which drew national attention and daily coverage. The national audience heard the district court override the jury's factual findings, the professors wrote. Mr. Combs' sentence risks promoting disrespect for the law. They warned that many people could walk away believing the jury's decision carried little weight. The professors are not asking the appeals court to free Diddy outright. Instead, they seek an order from the court directing a new sentencing hearing without reliance on the acquitted conduct. They argued that, they argued the appeals court can do that without making a broad constitutional ruling. Interpreting the sentencing rules to allow acquitted conduct to drive the sentence would drain the jury trial promise of real meaning, the brief states. Diddy's appeal is still pending. The Second Circuit has not said when it will rule. The professor's filing adds new pressure on the court and reframes the case as a test of whether jury verdicts still carry real force in federal sentencing. Now, I know that was a lot of information, but y'all, that's very, very interesting. Go ahead, Libra Queen.
So where I'm lost at is that what I've understood from that whole summary is that they believe that the judge sentenced based off of the alleged crimes and not based off of what he was actually convicted of. But I thought that when people were speculating about his sentencing, that the the um, the range for which he was entitled, well, not entitled, but the range of which he could hand down punishment as far as time period, he was well within that range, like and less or so, if I'm not mistaken, because I think the sentencing max was like 5 years or something like that. I think we discussed it before. So this is where I'm confusion, because are they trying to fight and say, well, he went against them, he went against the jury based off of what they came back and found him guilty of, or was there something like a sentencing recommendation that happened that he went against? That's why I'm confusion, because everything that we've talked about previously was that he was on, the middle route, on the lower end of the max that he could have given him in the first place. And are they putting in their 2 cents based off of what they feel about the Mann Act, and whether or not it should carry weight as far as sentencing or not?
I think the short answer is all of the above, to be honest. And the reason I say that is because I think what they were arguing, and this is my understanding of it. If you're someone who practiced law and you're listening to this, please correct me if I'm wrong, because again, as you know, my knowledge of courts is learned through Law and Order SVU. But from my understanding of this, is they are trying to say that Judge Arun overreached with his sentencing, because what he was sentenced of was the Mann Act, and transporting those prostitutes. However, Judge Arun still acted as if he was a sexual predator, participating in those freak offs, saying, you did this to these women, you freaked off this, and still made a ruling based off of that as well. That's how I'm understanding it. So they're saying, like, take that out of there and, like, be fair about it, and base him on just just the Mann Act, because based off of similar cases, people who were tried and convicted of this before has gotten less time. And so that's what I think they're trying to argue. Again, I could be wrong.
And that's what I'm hearing too, but you bringing in the fact that they're comparing it to other people. So that's where they're getting that from, is that they're comparing his sentencing of Diddy to other sentencing of other people. But my thing is, are they looking at his track record for sentencing for this type of charge, or are they looking at a just general average of this charge without any biases of any previous, criminal conduct? That's the thing that I'm like, I mean, I get it, because people would like to say, oh, if you get charged with something, you should charge everyone with, you should give everyone the same sentence for certain things. But that's the reason why judges are judges, and why sentences are not blanket like that. Because if you're a first offender getting charged like somebody who's been a career criminal, there's a lot of times where people saying, hey, there's mitigating circumstances that would support a lesser sentence. And that's where I'm like, where are they getting this from? Because what?
Sorry, I didn't mean to push that so many times. But also, in the law profession, they also go off of precedents. So there's also that. So you can
Yeah,
go
and
off.
that's based off of previous sentencing. That's why I'm saying, like, that's why I'm trying to figure out, where are they getting this he was charged too much? Because based off of what we talked about before, the judge could have sentenced him up to 5 years. I think that was 5 or 6 years. But if they're saying based off of the average or precedence of other people being charged with the same type of crime, same parameters, and they've been sentenced less, what about their cases makes it as similar to Diddy's, that makes them believe that the judge was more harshly on him, based off of the fact that he was charging him to include how he felt about his sexual allegations? That's where I'm confusion, because, like, what? If you can charge, if somebody could say 1 to 5, you can get 1 to 5 years for a Mann Act, and the judge gives you 2.5 or 2. I think it's like 2 and a little bit over 2. How are you saying that this is being sentenced too much? Based off what? That's where I'm trying to figure out. Like, what are they basing that off of? I would love to see the support for that.
Yeah. The only answer I have, I don't know, girl. Based off of, I guess, would be previous. I don't know. They're gonna probably have to produce all that shit in court, and I'm sure we're gonna hear about it, because this man loves to stay in the news. Well, that's that on that, honey. Well, I'm speaking of somebody else who likes to stay in the news, honey. This Capricorn who likes to Capricorn during Capricorn season. Y'all favorite Capricorn, Ray J.
Ew.
And
Who's favorite Capricorn?
that's y'all favorite Capricorn.
Y'all. Who is y'all? Please.
The invisible people in here.
Speak up or forever hold your peace because I'm looking for them. I'm listening for you.
Well, those imaginary friends are going to be sad today, honey, because you see where it says here by way of all hip hop, Ray J begs judge for permission to see his kids. I mean, when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite, Sir Ray J. Like the hell. Well, Ray J is making a desperate plea in court to see his children after a restraining order has kept him away from 7-year-old Melody and 6-year-old Epic since Thanksgiving. The singer's lawyer, Alex Kessel, asked the Los Angeles judge Friday to modify the protective order that prevents Ray J from having any contact with his kids or their mother, Princess Love. This occurred when he was protecting his children. There is no reason to separate him from his two children, according to a motion obtained by the New York Post. The legal battle started after Ray J's stupid ass was arrested on Thanksgiving following a heated argument with Princess Love at his Porter Ranch home. The incident happened around 4 a.m. during what was supposed to be a family holiday gathering. According to court documents, Princess Love and a male friend came to Ray J's house for Thanksgiving dinner and planned to stay overnight with the children. After the kids went to bed, the adults continued drinking, which Ray J claims led to the confrontation. The court filing states that Ray J was trying to prevent Princess Love from driving with the children while intoxicated. The cops showed up, and the singer was arrested and charged with 6 misdemeanor charges, including brandishing a firearm and child endangerment. Ray J was released on a $50,000 bail after his arrest, but he remains under the restraining order. But the main concern isn't the criminal case, it's getting back to his kids. Ray J missed Christmas with his children and couldn't celebrate his son's epic 6th birthday during the holiday season. He posted a heartbreaking message on social media about spending Christmas alone. A lonely Christmas, no kids, no presents, no little feet running around, just a tree and the weight of missing what matters most. I'm learning the hard way, Ray J wrote. For Ray J, the legal fight isn't about avoiding criminal charges, it's about being a father to his children. The restraining order has created a painful separation during what should be a precious family time. What should be precious family time, excuse me. Kessel said Princess Love actually supports Ray J seeing their children and plans to testify in his favor. Court papers confirm that the children's mother does not object to the defendant having contact with their two children. The possession of a gun was to prevent the victims from physically removing them from the home and placing them in the vehicle of an extremely intoxicated person, the documents say. The couple has a long history of relationship drama. Child, that's an understatement. They filed for divorce. They filed for divorce 4 times since 2020, with Princess Love most recently filing in February of 2024. Each time, they dismissed their request while trying to work things out. So we see a pattern, right? Anywho, go ahead, Libra Queen.
You see that face he making? That's what,
Yep.
because what the fuck you mean, sir? What? I'm confusion, just like you look confusion in that picture. I'm confusion because what the fuck you mean? You over here fighting for your life and you so long and you make adult decisions. You made adult decisions, not caring about your fucking children because you want to be Ray J motherfucking the guy instead of using your fucking brain cells. I don't know how many you got left to think maybe I should be smart about this. It's
Oh,
giving. It's giving. This is you only want you want your cake and eat it too. Oh,
well, of course he does. He's a Capricorn. Jesus, cover your ears, baby. When it comes to a
not too big.
Capricorn man, honey, yes, they want their cake and they want your cake too, goddamn it. And if you don't give it to them, things might get violent.
I got
He's
a
an
9
idiot.
millimeter allegedly.
And look, we have a question in the comment. Is he listening to one of his albums in the picture? And then we have another comment. Oh my God, this guy again? Yes, because like Diddy, he likes to stay in the news. He
If I
likes to be
had
talked about.
one wish, head ass, shut up. You should have wished to stay out of trouble. Okay.
Okay, then you would have been able to see your kids. Oh, this is not about illegal, but I don't want to avoid, accountability for this legal stuff. I just want to see my kids. This is about me being a good father, girl. And Princess 200, she is part of the problem. She her ass sitting there talking about, oh, we're
An
planning to
enabler.
look.
An
What
enabler.
is she? What? Because she gonna sit there and will testify on behalf of his. Talking, oh, I just wanted to after you can't pull a gun on me, honey. Being brandish it, whether you pointed at me or not. The fact that you still had it in front of me and my child, and you're irresponsible. Absolutely not. It's gonna be a while before you might see. The next time you see them is at their high school graduation, when they old enough they can talk to you their damn self. Because you got me fucked up. But that's just me. But Princess, she definitely plans on yeah, because this is the how many times she done filed for divorce before, and instead they just let it sit in purgatory. It never goes anywhere. Then she go back with his toxic ass, and then something like this keeps happening. Like she is part of the problem, girl. You don't, and you want to be with that toxic man. You just and you want us to be in the group chat with you. And we just take us out. But anytime they got some mess with y'all know we're gonna hear it on this show because we love mess. Oh, bitch. Speaking of mess, honey. So y'all remember how Papoose and 50 Cent kept, having this little nasty back and forth and acting like little middle schoolers putting AI generated insults against each other and stuff like that. Well, Clarissa honey done stepped into the chat and she said, 50 honey, stop playing on her name. Stop playing on my name because you done flew me out and you made sure I had me a good time in Shreveport. So don't do that. So I have this link here from All Hip Hop. And you also see where it says Clarissa Shields says 50 Cent loves her and paid for her flight, hotel in Shreveport. So the hip hop world is watching a messy three-way battle unfold between 50 Cent, Papoose, and boxing champion Clarissa Shields that started heating up in December 2025 and exploded into full chaos by New Year's Day 2026. The drama reached a boiling point when Clarissa Shields decided she has had enough of 50 Cent's social media games and fired back with some serious receipts. Now, on Sunday, January 4th, 50 Cent continued trolling the couple when he posted a hilarious video showing Shields twerking and laughing in the DJ booth as the G Unit boss commanded the mic. He likened his avoidance of her to playing football in the clip, which ended in an unflattering image of Papoose. So give me 1 second, let me share my screen, and we'll just watch this little quick clip of him being messy as usual.
Now, I ain't gonna hold you. 50 Cent could have been in the NFL. The defensive end, which was CS, tried to cut 50 Cent off with a low ass out position. 50 Cent's swift forward move made her stand at attention. This man curve game so serious he dodged the bullet. Right here at this very moment, CS tried to hit the Megan Thee Stallion, but her knees wouldn't take her through there. As she grinned goofy and hard in defensive mode. 50 Cent strategically plans to cut through. This is when CS starts looking at the baller with her peripheral. 50 Cent leans with his left shoulder, then twists his body and slides with his right foot, and switches back to his left shoulder and surpasses the linebacker. CS laughs after being defeated and with embarrassment looks down at her phone. She looks back up wondering if anybody else saw her get curved. Oh no.
Yeah, girl, a hot mess. Well, of course, that has been sent to Clarissa, and she fired back, and she posted receipts. So hers say she actually posted the full video of that moment, and in she says, "Hey, 50 Cent, the greatest woman of all time, lover alert. You hooked me up with a hotel flight to Shreveport and a hotel room. Talk about VIP. You even invited me to help out with your nonprofit for the kids. You're still invited to the fight," with the wink emoji. "I'm still honored you performed on stage holding my heavyweight world championship belt. Hashtag truth. Hashtag quote. Hashtag Clarissa Shields. Hashtag everybody show love to the quote." And these are the receipts. So that was the same, because you see how they edited the video to make it look like, Clarissa was trying to twerk on him and he tried to do a little avoid to the back. Honey, it did not go down like that at all. This is how it really went down.
Clarissa still the bullet in case one of you reaches that contact, I'm gonna fuck you up. Now we just fucking around. We're gonna have a good time with this motherfucker tonight. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Yeah. She looking pro, we get pro. We can get the trouble, capital to the flow. It's going down, cause I'm aware. 56 kilo, I understand. What up, blood? What up, blood? What up, blood? What up? What up, blood? What up, blood? What up, blood? What up? That's on my chest. Nah, I want to hear that shit.
So definitely did not go down like how it had in 50's video. And then we have a question in the comment. Was that chill narrating? I am that lady in the video did kind of sound a little like you. Sound like a hybrid between me and you. Go ahead, Libra Queen. Not
Excuse
Libra Queen. Go ahead,
me.
Mom. Go ahead, gorgeous Moon.
He is starting to collect a track record of fudging details. It's looking a little shady.
Wake it up.
I'm
Wake
just
it up, honey.
saying. I don't care if he calls it trying to be funny, but this is like another thing that he's fudging the details on. I don't like that.
I mean, he could be fudging the details, but sis, my good sis Clarissa,
Oh,
again,
she
get
need to get
up.
off the floor. That's
Get
a
up,
separate issue.
Miss Mamas. Get up, Miss
That's
Mamas. Off the floor.
that's
And
a
Auntie,
separate issue.
you not gonna check that girl about your man? I'm just saying.
Absolutely not, honey, because the way she got her nose up under Papoose gooch, honey. I ain't got nothing to worry about, baby. Nothing at all. Nothing at all, honey. Mm-mm. So, that's that on that, honey. Yeah, and Moon, you are absolutely right, and that's kind of why I wanted to bring this story to light because truthfully, I really thought this is a when you look at it, it's kind of a nothing burger, truly, but this just kind of highlights that pattern of him and how he likes to fudge details. That was crazy, and how that whole bit, and it really did kind of make it look like she tried to twerk on him, and he was like, "Oh no, no, I'm just trying to be nice." Whole time he was celebrating her, holding her championship belt, and she, it was and honestly, that was like that video was probably like the least annoying I had found her in a long time. That's the kind of shit she needs to do, kind of highlighting who the fuck she is, standing those holding up her championship belts and shit like that. You are the greatest woman of all time in that field, isn't she? Like don't when it comes to fight records and wins and stuff, isn't she? I don't follow sports, but I understand she is that girl when it comes to that.
Yeah. And women boxing, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so
When you have a title, yeah, you are. You are that girl, that whoever. But yeah, she be on the floor too much. Like she
mhm.
got knocked out. Girl, stand up.
So no, I don't have to worry about her being around my man. Because she got her man, her man, her man. So, and she not gonna leave her man, her man, her man. And she what? Didn't she get his tattooed on her, and she's very proud of that.
Listen,
Now where
she's not beating the slow allegations.
and where his tattoo at her?
She's not beating the slow allegations. I'm just saying. This story is adding to the pile.
Adding to the pile. Cause I'm saying, Clarissa, if he can get all 5 boroughs tattooed on his fingers, honey, but he ain't got your name tattooed on anywhere on his body, and you got yours tattooed, okay, girl.
My husband or a husband or some shit like that. Maybe it's somebody's husband. It's not yours.
And even then,
Shout out to Remy.
Shout out to Ruby. And speaking of husband, I just want to mention this really quick before we go on to the next story. Y'all know how like has it happened to you that you remember back when we used to listen to the radio and stuff, and if they would play a song on the radio so many times that you didn't like it at first, but they don't play it so much now you find yourself liking it.
Mm-hmm.
So this has actually happened to me recently, and it wasn't due to the radio. It was actually due to social media. So are y'all familiar with that girl Ray? She's a very very talented singer. I believe it's from the UK, and I think she's biracial. But she has that song "Where the Hell Is My Husband?" or "Where's My Husband?" I think that's the name of that song. Now, when I first heard that song, I was like, "What the hell kind of pick me shit is this? I don't want to hear that damn shit. What is this?" But then it kept coming on, and then first of all, y'all know I love like big choir sounding voices. Like I love background singers. So then her background singers coming up, singing the chorus of the song. Like that song. And now I find myself, I was like, oh, let me see. Every time that shit come on social media, I find myself watching this shit. I don't know, because when Quinn said husband, and that's what made me think about it and how we are conditioned to like things, because I did not like that song at first. But now I can say it's my shit. I like it. Shout
I
out to
think she
Ray.
was.
And I listen to singers.
I think she was on the Today Show one morning recently. If that's the same girl, does she have like
Probably.
really really curly hair, kind of long?
Yes. And did she have on like ball gown typey, old timey singy aesthetic?
Well, well, she was. I think she had on like a loose glittery pantsuit kind of thing. She wasn't like in like a real sexy outfit.
Right. It sound like her. Oh yeah, now that other song that she talking about how she don't want to feel how she did last night. Now you can just I don't want to hear that song ever again, honey. Get that shit out my face. I forgot the name of that song. I hate that shit, and they kept playing that on the damn radio. Ugh. But no, but where is my husband? It's cute. That's a cute song. Anyway, well, baby, speaking of something cute, honey, I'm guessing Blueface's mama thought Shaq was cute back in the day, back when Blueface was a baby and she was trying to put him to sleep at the house. Honey, she had Shaq coming over there knocking it down, allegedly, allegedly. And they had a code name for Shaq by the name of Donovan. And y'all see, I just shared here by the name, by way of all hip hop. Blueface's mom said she almost had an affair with Shaq. Used a code name Donovan, honey.
Almost. What?
Mm-mm.
When I say people are struggling to stay relevant, like, I'm sorry, what?
And I just think she said almost to be nice, honey, because we have heard stories about Shaquille O'Neal and how friendly he is, allegedly, with that, that little bit of dingling, allegedly. We heard he was not shy about sharing it.
Yeah, but girl, get off the floor. Like, all of a sudden now you want to tell baby stories? Like, girl, how old is Blueface?
Well, the reason that she did that was because Shaq tried to act like he didn't know her. So,
As he
I would act
should.
like that too. Thank you, Q.
As he
Absolutely.
should.
Absolutely. And the code
Wh-
name was probably his idea. Ah, don't use my name.
okay, no, and that's really truthfully, honey, because I had a code name too. Now, what that code name did back in the early 2000s, honey, in them clubs and shit, and I don't know that person. So, and if you've been, I don't know, I'm Derek, okay, or Auntie Derek if you're nasty, but I don't know that code name that I used, baby. That was to this day. That shit that I did under that code name will go to my grave. So, Shaq, I get it, baby. Well, anyway, Blueface's mom, Carlissa Stafford, is not playing games when it comes to people trying to act like they don't know her, and Shaquille O'Neal just found out the hard way. The rapper's mother took to Instagram stories on January 4th with a blunt threat. She wrote, "Don't make me put you in my book now, Shaq," followed by a laughing emoji, but nobody was really laughing because this felt like a serious warning shot. The situation stems from claims Clarissa made about having a romantic connection with the basketball legend, and apparently Shaq had been denying that he even knows her. That didn't sit well with Carlissa, who decided to remind him about their alleged history in the most public way possible. The really interesting part is that she brought up the name Donovan in her post, saying it was Shaq's code name when they were supposedly talking. That's the kind of specific detail that makes you wonder whether she is really telling the truth about her alleged interactions. Carlissa also referenced a 2023 interview she did on the Jason Lee show, in which she said she did not want Shaquille O'Neal to see her children. During that interview, she said Shaq came to her house and kept calling her while she was trying to put Blueface to sleep. I don't want him to know I got the kids, and I couldn't put him to sleep, so I just stopped answering, she said during that interview, painting a picture of someone who was definitely in her personal space. Now she's basically telling Shaq that if he wants to keep playing games and acting like he don't know her, she got receipts and she's not afraid to use them. The mention of my book suggests she might be working on some kind of tell-all project where she could spill all the tea about their alleged relationship.
Girl, That was 30 years ago. You ain't got no proof. You ain't got no proof. Goodbye. Goodbye. Who wants your book?
Look,
Nobody.
she might have, an old Polaroid picture stacked away, honey, with that little ding-a-ling, allegedly.
I don't believe it. Mm-mm. I don't like her too much.
Now, I'm not a fan of her either, but I certainly believe what she's saying because I don't know. She might be a mess, but is she really the type of person who needs to lie about her pussy? Like,
I
I don't.
mean, I mean, I mean,
Oh,
she ain't that damn credible. But okay.
and what we do know that Shaq has a history of infidelity. We do know that a documented history of infidelity.
Well, I
So,
mean, is water wet?
and just
Like,
like
we
Shaq
know that.
Dingling, that little Dingling will wear it, just like water.
Yeah. hmm I don't, and I don't know. I don't believe her. Mm-mm. I just think she's attention seeking because one minute she trying to talk. I don't know. Mm-mm. She's a weirdo.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. She's a weirdo, and I think what she gives me, and I could be wrong, but she acts like her son, both of her sons are supposed to have like this Oedipus complex when it comes to her. Like they're supposed to want to kill their fathers and marry her, basically, and it's just all it's weird to me.
And that's why I don't believe her little story because she is, to me, she's a little mental case. And even if it is so, girl, leave that man alone. That's 30 years ago. Don't nobody care.
Well, speaking of don't care, honey, the NFL surely do not care about no allegations. And remember, we just had a story about a sports exec. I can't think of his name at the time because y'all know I don't follow these sports, and that's probably why we won't spend too much time on these next stories because they're very much sports related. But remember how we just had that story with that sports exec said when it comes to Stephon Diggs and Christian Barmore. Now it's a possibility that Christian may not get as much leeway from the NFL, but they are both really talented, and talent usually, when it comes to the NFL, when you're talented, they usually let a lot of shit fly. Well, we have seen that to be true because it looks like the Patriots just had a game yesterday. And here's the first story I have about Christian was there. So y'all see this TMZ article I just shared. Patriots Christian Barmore plays in first game since assault charge revelation. And then the next one, his teammate Stephon Diggs. And you all should see where it says here, again by way of TMZ. Stephon Diggs starts in first game after assault allegation. I mean,
Mm, it's playoff season. I mean, I'm not surprised because they're getting ready for the playoffs, so they want all their top players in there.
they want
He would have
bad
had
as
to been arrested.
fuck.
He would have had to been arrested for
Yep.
them to take any type of action. I'm not,
Child, even
yeah,
if he
that ain't.
was arrested, they still would have. It's looking like
Mm, not if they were arrested. Then they would have to show some type of. But if it's just allegations right now, they're gonna act like whatever.
Yeah, if he get arrested, I think that puts a different onus on the teams to kind of step back, because it would look really, really fucked up if they let him play and he been arrested or even indicted or whatever. That's crazy.
hmm. So okay, and y'all, I'm sure y'all are right because I don't even follow until it gets over the hot topics. I don't know shit about sports, but y'all do feel that if there was an arrest, there probably would have been a little bit more. Okay, well, no, he can't really.
Yeah, yeah, I
Okay,
think repercussions would have been a little more serious.
so now, what when it, so that's we have the players now. Why would you think a NFL coach would be fired, especially like one that's like a two
They
time
get
coach
fired.
here?
They get fired for not winning. That's
Or
the
doing
main thing.
something out of the, what do you call, morality clause or something,
hmm
out of character. Did
Chili.
he do
That's what I think is
something?
going to happen because now this is what. So now this next story I have is NFL related, and y'all see where it says here. Kevin Stefanski, Pete Carroll, and Jonathan Gannon fired on NFL Black Monday. Now, didn't y'all just say it's playoff season? Now, I don't know about these teams, but
Mm-hmm.
why? This is the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, they all lost.
Oh,
Yeah, I
they
don't
so
think
they
they
okay.
made it to the playoffs. So a lot of times those coaches do get fired, but hell, they fell upwards. They just land somewhere else. I mean, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I really think Mike Tomlin, the black coach, I think he's on the bubble. Even though he's always made it to the playoffs, they keep losing. I don't know. I keep waiting to hear he gonna fire, but somehow he keep making it.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah,
well,
especially this
that's what.
time of the year, they get fired for losing.
Right? Coach of the year don't
Mm.
mean shit. We talking about this year,
Oh, touche.
not not
Exactly.
not 3 years ago. We talking about this year right here.
Hell, they was talking about what you call it, Harbaugh might be getting fired, and he just got back in the NFL.
Mm.
Mhm. And that's what y'all. And it starts off by saying it says NFL Black Monday is here, and the coaches are dropping like flies. The
Yep.
Cleveland Browns are cleaning house on their sidelines once again, electing to fire two-time NFL Coach of the Year Kevin Stefanski after finishing 5-12 in 2025. The Orange and Brown made the news official minutes ago, saying Andrew Berry will keep his job as general manager, and the team will lean on him to find the next head coach. Stefanski, who joined the team in January 2020, finishes his time in Northeast Ohio with a 45-56 record, but he was by far their best coach since the Browns came back in 1999, reaching 11 regular season wins during his tenure. The Browns have had 10 head coaches since returning to the NFL, but ultimately they felt Stefanski wasn't their guy. Most of the league feels differently, as Kevin Stefanski is expected to be a hot name for other teams looking to bring in a new coach. The Las Vegas
See,
Raiders also moved on from Pete Carroll after just one season, saying they appreciate and wish him and his family all the best. Uh, I'm sorry. The Silver and Black just went. The Silver and Black went just 3-14 in 2025. The team said GM John Spytek and minority owner Tom Brady will handle all football operations, which includes finding their next head coach. Together, they will guide football decisions with a shared focus on leadership, culture, and alignment with the organization's long term visions and goals. It's got to be a sexy position for any available coach, as the Raiders have the first pick in the 2026 NFL draft. The Arizona Cardinals also just announced Jonathan Gannon um, is out of the job after going 15-36 in 3 seasons. More names could join Stefanski, Gannon, and Carroll as the day goes on, and we'll provide all updates. Well, I won't be providing all updates. TMZ will for y'all. Y'all know I don't do this sports related shit
unless it gets juicy.
unless it's juicy. So yeah, well,
Oh
that's
yeah, this is big firing season.
I see. Well, so do y'all remember we did a story on Friday? We talked about a rapper by the name of Z the Wizard. It was a Dallas rapper who was signed to Future's label. And we saw some conflicting reports. We saw some reports said that he was shot and killed in a strip club, and then others say he was on life support. Well,
Oh.
now we actually have confirmation. So he is alive, but he's currently on life support at the moment. So he has not been killed. And y'all see, I just shared this article from All Hip Hop. Dallas rapper Z the Wizard alive on life support. So,
Mm.
Dallas rapper Z the Wizard continues fighting for his life on life support 3 days after being shot during a New Year's Day celebration at Pink House Dallas nightclub. The 22-year-old artist was among 5 people wounded when gunfire erupted among around 4 a.m. during the venue's grand opening event. Family members confirmed to local media that Z the Wizard remains hospitalized in critical condition, contracting widespread social media reports claiming the rapper had died from his injuries. His relatives say they are staying positive about his recovery while asking the public for continued prayers and privacy during this difficult time. The shooting occurred just months after Z the Wizard achieved a major career milestone by signing with Future's Free Band's record label in November 2025. Z the Wizard was scheduled to perform at Pink House Dallas as part of the club's New Year celebration, and had taken the stage shortly before midnight to entertain a crowd that included several family members. After his relatives left the venue, the rapper stayed behind to continue celebrating the holiday with Big X the Plug, friends, and other attendees. According to Dallas police reports, an altercation broke out in the parking lot around 4 a.m., leading to the shooting that left 5 people wounded. Z the Wizard sustained the most serious injuries and was immediately transported to a local hospital in critical condition where he was placed on life support. The Dallas Police Department has increased security around the hospital where Z the Wizard is receiving treatment, citing ongoing safety concerns as detectives continue investigating the shooting. The hospital officials are allowing only immediate family members to visit the rapper, and even extended relatives are being turned away due to heightened security measures. Investigators have not made any arrests in connection with the shooting, and police have not released information about potential suspects or motives. The case remains active as detectives work to piece together the events that led to the violence during what was supposed to be a celebratory night for the new venue. Yeah,
Now
crazy.
you
Well, it's
already know my stance on this. A person can
mhm.
be alive but not alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, yep.
Like he's
Yeah,
not
when they say
officially
life
dead,
support,
but
it don't sound good,
no.
especially shot in the head.
Yep.
It's
Hopefully
unfortunate.
this young man will pull through. That's something. That's just signed to a major record label, and now like this, you trying to celebrate performing for a night, bringing in the new
Mm-mm.
year. Then, ooh, child.
Sound
Now
like
somebody
some
snatch it away.
jealousy or hating or
Hmm.
like
And for them to have to heighten security at the hospital like that, like 'cause they was like shit. We feel they might try to come back and finish the job.
Well, a lot of that does happen with a lot of gang shootings or like something like that. They do that.
yeah,
Interesting.
that's
Poor
messed
guy.
up.
He real young too.
He was.
Messed up.
Now, have you ever, like, in your career, was there ever an event like where y'all had to like heighten security for a particular? Because I know Houston has a lot of celebrities, a lot of greatness there. So, and I'm sure they have gone to the hospitals and stuff. So, but have you ever ran into a situation like that in your career, Chili?
Yeah, but it wasn't well, I took care of children. It wasn't for the child, it was for the parent.
Ah,
To keep the parents safe that was visiting. They would have people around.
it's fun to know. Wow.
Yeah, they do that. You won't know who they are.
Right, right.
I mean, they could possibly have like a uniformed policeman at his door or whatever, but a lot of times you wouldn't know who they are, but they're watching.
Mm-mm.
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
And they had no privacy.
Da-da-da.
Well, it's funny that y'all brought this song up, honey, because that's what the fans said, saying the prize, honey. It's like, you're not about to have no privacy, honey. Take your ass to jail. You can appeal from jail.
Oh,
Because
wow.
his lawyers are trying to fight for him, to stay out while he fights for his appeal. They're like, boo, you can appeal it from jail or
Well, he's
appeal it from
fighting
prison.
cancer too, isn't he?
He is fighting cancer. Yep. That we
I'm
last
sure
read.
he wants to stay out of jail for just for that reason alone. Not that
I,
he wouldn't get treatment in there, but
I'm with you, chill. Like, why not lead with that? Like, but
yeah,
okay.
because
But
that's not a reason to keep you out of jail. Apparently, just because you ill or in a wheelchair or this or that, or I mean, the only reason
You
you wouldn't
see,
go to jail is if you like in the hospital, like can't get out, can't be released, kind of thing. But
you see how they
because
did Harvey Weinstein.
oh
yeah,
yeah,
they can
yeah.
put you in there and give you chemo and all of that, and if you need something, they take you out and take you to the hospital and bring you back, that kind of thing. They won't let that stop them,
Mhm.
unfortunately.
Well,
But it's the
Prize is
nutrition.
definitely
It's like
learning that.
you can't get like if you want to do things like natural stuff, vitamins, you're not gonna get nothing like that. You'll get the standard drugs for your cancer, but you're not gonna get a different kind of food or vegetables, you know, the things that you might do on your own for your own healing, you're not going to get that. And that
Oh,
matters, I think, a lot of times.
yeah. Well, good to know. No, I didn't know any of this because I try to stay away from that life. I don't want to know nothing about jail because I don't ever plan on going there.
Well, apparently a lot of people don't plan on going, but it happens to some innocent people, you know.
Yeah.
Just don't never think it can't be you. That's how I look at it. Like it could happen. Mistaken identity or people lying to get, you know, their sentence reduced and make you go to jail, all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of innocent people in jail, I think.
What was that lawyer who because I need to call her, honey, the one who sued that girl, that popular TikTok girl, and got for 1 point something $million for stealing her husband. Yeah, I need her on my side because I don't want to. And I
Well,
need the baddest helper fighting for me, honey.
that's a
Yeah,
big thing in North and South Carolina. Um, that's not real prominent outside of those two states
yeah,
where
depending
you
on where
can
you live.
personally sue
Hmm.
someone. I've always thought that you can also put a warrant on somebody. My friend told me about that. I said, ooh, I live here like the Wild Wild West.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
so
can
stop
sue
sleeping with people, men or woman.
for
Hmm.
alienation of affection.
And if you're gonna
Marriage.
do it, don't do it in North Carolina. That's the truth. Or
No,
South
don't do it
Carolina.
there. Don't do it.
Well,
Well, Auntie, I thought you knew about. Don't you know about that? Like being able to put a warrant on somebody. Like anybody can do it.
no, I never had to.
I forget exactly what it's called, but my friend was telling me. I was like, that's crazy.
I don't know, like what it's called, like a bench warrant or something. Like, no, I've never. And that's not something I ever had to
When I talk to
do.
her today, I'll find out what it is and then I'll tell you about it. Cause she told me, cause she lived in South Carolina and North Carolina, so that's how I found out about it. I said, that's some crazy stuff.
Mhm. Well, Prize is learning his own, and you see, it starts. It says Prize Michelle is doing his best to avoid the cold walls of a federal prison, but the government wants him behind bars ASAP, honey. Federal prosecutors say the Fugees rapper, who was convicted on 10 criminal counts for his role in a multi-million-dollar political influence scheme, should report to prison immediately instead of waiting for his appeal to play out. Michelle was sentenced in November to 14 years in the Bing for what prosecutors call a litany of crimes. He's supposed to surrender on January 27th, but his lawyers are begging for bail, arguing his appeal could overturn the conviction. The Justice Department fired back this week, or last week rather, saying Michelle's request is a stall tactic that ignores how the law has shifted from a presumption of release to a presumption of valid conviction. The filing makes it clear that the federal prosecutors have zero interest in letting Michelle enjoy another day of freedom. They right,
Not another day.
got another day of freedom. They, they say the evidence against him was overwhelming, including cooperating witnesses, text messages, contracts, and his own trial testimony. The jury found him guilty of funneling foreign money from Malaysian billionaire Joe Low into Barack Obama's 2012 re-election campaign, then lying to federal investigators and later acting as an unregistered agent for China when he tried to influence Donald Trump. Michelle's team insists he got bad advice from his trial lawyer, who famously bragged about using artificial intelligence to help pick his strategy, but the judge already ruled that that claim didn't come close to proving ineffective assistance. The same goes for Michelle's arguments that jurors were swayed by courtroom rulings. The court said any issues were harmless given the evidence stacked against him. They argue that the law doesn't allow a convicted defendant to sit at home while challenging a verdict unless there's a clear likelihood of reversal, which they say Michelle lacks. For now, Michelle's legal team is hoping the DC Circuit will step in before his surrender date, but the government's message is blunt. The music star's time is up, and it's time to trade designer clothes for a prison jumpsuit. Baby.
Yeah,
they
they
said,
got a point.
they said they don't want him to enjoy another day of freedom, man.
They
They
do
don't
have
give
a
a
point.
damn if he is got cancer or whatnot. But like I said, Harvey Levin or Harvey, no, Harvey Weinstein, excuse me, not Levin. Harvey Weinstein was on a walker. They talking about he got cancer, he had back surgery, everything else. They don't give a damn. You convicted, you convicted. We'll wheel you there. We'll put you in a little, what is it, a little Gertie and carry you going to jail. You can best believe that.
Mm-hmm. That's that on that.
Poor, poor guy. He should have thought better about those practices. I don't know. That's crazy.
No, I mean, really, and that's the kind of stuff that I'm thinking about. Because when it comes to stuff like that, like, I mean, unless you got some really incriminating photos of me or something, there's no way a Malaysian billionaire can come up to me and say, "Hey, let me give you a bunch of money, and you use this to funnel your next presidential campaign." And my first thing I'm gonna say, isn't that illegal? Why can't you just do it yourself? Why can't you just donate to the campaign yourself? Like, but he didn't do that. So I did. And did it not once but twice because he did it first with President Obama and now he did it with Donald Trump. Like it, mm-mm. Like boo, y'all doing treason up in here, honey. When you're taking registered like foreign money, honey, and using it to influence up, like look at what the president just did with Elon Musk, honey. That's another topic for another day. But when you take foreign, baby, that is like where does it stop? But let's just take all the foreign money, honey. In that case, like the fuck. But okay. Anywho, well, speaking of foreign money or money rather in court cases, let's talk about some more rappers in court, honey. Lil Durk. Now, this I cannot wait because y'all know his trial is supposed to start this month. This long-awaited trial for his murder for hire, and honey, it's getting already. It's getting kind of heavy. So I'm gonna have this hot new hip hop article. Prosecutors in Lil Durk trial detail plan to call cooperating witnesses to testify. Well, there have been a lot of controversies in the Lil Durk trial so far, whether it's his failed motion to disqualify prosecutors or the allegations that his alleged hitman confessed to a murder for hire plot. Nevertheless, according to an exclusive all hip hop report from Grouchy Greg Watkins, prosecutors are moving forward with their plans. In a new filing last week, they reportedly revealed that they will call upon multiple cooperating witnesses to take the stand. The government's proposed evidence the government's proposed evidence also provides critical corroboration of its multiple cooperating witnesses who are anticipated to testify that Dirk ordered the violence in Los Angeles, used intermediaries to recruit others to carry out the scheme, and promised a reward for carrying out the murder, the filing reportedly reads. However, defense attorneys previously fought to block certain testimony and evidence from the Los Angeles trial due to unfair exchanges of information in the trial process. They also claimed that this evidence and testimony unfairly paints the Chicago rapper and his OTF collective as a criminal organization. Still, the government stood by their witness plans. These testimonies will supposedly detail the planning, execution, funding, and rewards of an alleged murder for hire plot in Los Angeles. They opposed the defense's arguments against testimony and evidence, citing it as key to understanding the relationship between Smirk, his co-defendants, and his alleged targets. Excuse me. Defense lawyers also hinted that they will question the motives and truthfulness of the witnesses federal prosecutors plan to call to testify. Prosecutors reportedly acknowledged this, but do not find that this should keep the testimonies from the trial's jury. For those unaware, Lil Durk's trial for alleged murder for hire will begin on January 20th of this year if everything goes according to the reported schedule. Following an October 2024 arrest, prosecutors accused him of planning a hit on rap rival Quando Rondo in 2022. This was allegedly in retaliation for the murder of King Von in 2020. An August 2020 shooting in Los Angeles injured Rondo and killed his cousin Lil Pav. Prosecutors claim Dirk organized this attack, coordinated travel logistics, and promised to pay the assailants for it. Mm-mm. 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 baby, starting on baby. When I tell y'all this, well, I won't read it in detail like the Diddy trial like we did on the show, but we definitely gonna follow a lot of this because I'm sure it's gonna be a lot that's gonna come out. And remember the last who was the last artist that we just read about that just got caught up? MC Chocolate, honey, that dark skinned Cuban man who got caught up for that murder for hire shit, honey. Y'all better stop that shit. Be some real niggas and carry the shooters out yourself. Let me stop. Don't do that. Don't kill nobody. Don't kill nobody. We should all be able to live freely amongst each other. That is crazy. Stop trying to pay to have people killed. That's crazy. But
It'll
yeah,
just be people they don't even like. Like, what do y'all think this is? GTA? Like, what the hell?
well, in this case, it was more than just not liking him because it was Quanta like King Von. With King. Let me not even get into it, honey. But
Yes, not with him, but like other people. Yeah, I know. They had a whole little gang, whatever, whatever, whatever.
let's just say, honey, if this was a white man doing all them killings, y'all would call him a serial killer. I'm just saying. Well, I'm sorry. And that's that on there. So let's talk about some more rappers in court, honey. So I actually want to go to Houston. When I come to Houston, one of the first places I want to go is to Trill Burger. Bun B's burger spot, which I hear is amazing. He has some amazing what they call the Trill burgers or the Trill fries or whatever. Well, honey, he was actually in court over a nasty battle over there over the smash burger recipe, and he had a nice win. So I have this link here from All Hip Hop, and y'all see where it says Bun B and Trill Burgers beat the brakes off lying former biz partners in court. So Bun B and his Trill Burgers team just scored a massive legal win that has them celebrating into the new year. According to the Houston Chronicle, the rapper's award-winning burger chain decisively rejected false ownership claims from former business partners in an arbitration ruling. Former U.S. Fifth Circuit Judge Greg Costa handed down the final verdict on New Year's Eve, rejecting every single claim made by Patsy and Vincent Vivares against the restaurant empire. The siblings had been fighting for over a year, claiming they created the original Smashburger recipe and deserved ownership stakes. We beat the brakes off those lying motherfuckers. Happy New Year's, said Jordan Popor, the attorney representing Trill Burger's co-founder Nick Scurfield. His blunt celebration perfectly captured how the legal team felt after months of battling what they call completely false accusations. The victory came after a bitter dispute that painted a messy picture of how the popular burger chain actually started. No one disputes that Trill Burgers was founded in 2021 through a partnership among the Vivares siblings, hospitality entrepreneur Andy Wynn, Houston rap legend Bun B, and marketing expert Nick Scurfield. But that partnership fell apart just 1 year later when the business relationship between the siblings and other founders completely fractured. The Vivar siblings filed a lawsuit in 2023 alleging they were the original creators of the Smashburger concept and still owned a stake in the business. Bunby and his team responded forcefully, not only denying those claims, but also accusing the siblings of stealing $45,000 from the company. The legal battle got nasty fast, with both sides throwing serious accusations at each other. The case eventually went to arbitration, where both sides could resolve their differences privately rather than in open court. Costa's ruling completely rejected the Vivar siblings' claims and confirmed that Bun B, Wynn, and Scurfield are the rightful owners of the burger empire. For Bun B, this victory protects more than just the business, it protects a legacy. The Houston native helped create the legendary rap duo UGK with Pimp C back in 1991. Bun has also released 5 solo albums using the Trill theme. Trill, uh, Two Trill, Trilogy, Trilogy, The Epilogue, and The Return of Trill. The Trill mentality clearly carried over into his legal fight. Instead of backing down from false accusations, Bun B and his team stood their ground and fought until they won completely. Trill Burgers can now focus on what they do best, serving up award-winning smash burgers. Baby, I cannot wait to try one. I cannot wait to, and I heard they were good. And I was pissed, baby, because he actually came to New York, honey, one time, and I missed it. I found out about that shit after the fact. But it was in Times Square anyway, so I wasn't gonna. I'm not. If you know, you know, honey. Any New Yorkers know you are not in any rush to get down to no motherfucking Times Square, honey. Oh, it's in Times Square. They ain't gonna have nowhere else. Oh, girl, I get it later. It's too much going on down there, honey. Like going on. But yeah, that's something. It's just like a pattern of non-black people just trying to really use the legal systems to get rewarded off of black people's hard work and stuff like that. It's and they say, oh well, we invented the smash burger concept, and now the lawyers are proud, honey. We beat the brakes off them lying motherfucker. Well, congratulations to Bun B, and I surely cannot wait to try a triple. I'm going to get what's it called, a triple OJ, honey, with them 3 patties because you want to know why? Because I'm a real bitch. That's why. And a real bitch needs more than 2 patties. Anyhow, okay, so that is that on
I
that.
think
Oh,
Chill would disagree with you on that, but
of course she
okay.
will. Sheila will also disagree with the bread. Be like, hey, you get the burger without the bun. But y'all, let's get into some white people mess. So y'all, the have y'all heard of are y'all familiar with Ashley Tisdale? Well, y'all probably not. I know.
Yes,
Okay, I
yes.
know you. I
Yeah.
knew you would be chill because you were of that age group.
Ashley
Well,
Mm,
Tisdale she's a Disney kid.
she was on
mhm.
High School Musical. She played the iconic Sharpay in High School Musical. Well, honey, she was actually a part of a mom group that also included like Hilary Duff and Megan Trainor, Mandy Moore. And she actually said that she left that mom group because it felt real high schoolish and childish. And so y'all see I just shared this TMZ article. Ashley Tisdale quits toxic mom friend group, including Hilary Duff and Mandy Moore.
Mandy Moore in this picture. In this picture.
She is. She's the one to the far right.
I know you fucking lying,
Not too much on Mandy.
baby. I know you fucking lying. Who did the body?
Literally, I should have gave you the chat before we started. Don't you have me cackling through these damn stories? But
Listen, you would have cackled today because where is Mandy Moore? Tell tell me, as a fellow millennial, where's Mandy?
You know they
Lie,
aged it.
lie again. Lie again on Beyonce internet. Who did the
Mm.
body?
She's in that time frame. Look at Ashley Tisdale. She looking a
She
little.
and she looked like she needed to leave that mom's group. Yes.
oh
She
my god.
absolutely looked like she needed they was putting her through it. Absolutely, girl.
Oh, I got real tears coming out my eyes, honey. I was not ready. She was like, "Who did the body?" Well, Mandy Moore, and I know you fucking lying. Well, Ashley Tisdale admits she's bailed on a toxic mom friend group she slipped into. A clique that might have included some serious big celeb names like Hilary Duff, Mandy Moore, and Megan Trainor. The High School Musical star didn't name names, but says it didn't take long for things to turn, with Ashley realizing she was being iced out, leaving her friends, leaving her feeling like she was feeling back in high school. In her essay for The Cuts, Ashley says the snubs were constant, always met with flimsy excuses, including one brutal moment when the group even planned a girls' hang during her own daughter's birthday. Ashley says she first convinced herself that she wasn't just cool, she just wasn't cool enough before finally confronting the group. And yeah, it didn't end well. But she still wraps it all with a message to fellow moms: don't settle. You deserve to go through motherhood with people who actually like you.
Girl,
Again, again, she's never straight up named names, but the internet clocked one thing real fast. Ashley has unfollowed Hilary Duff and Mandy Moore on Instagram, so unless there's a totally separate fallout in essay loading, yeah, we're gonna connect a few dots and assume they might be part of what she's alluding to. Mm-mm.
Hold on a second now. Hold on. Damn, I can't even do it, Jesus. Hold on. Because I need people to understand why I said what the fuck I said. Okay,
Yeah.
ma chill. Happy said mafia, and that's taking
Mafia.
me down. That's taking me down. Please refer to the link in the chat because again, who did the body? And also, Ashley is too big for her age. You know what I'm saying? She a grown woman over here talking about something they made her feel some type of way. Girl, get stand up. It's called
No,
self esteem. Stand up. The fuck?
no.
They left me out.
This
Girl,
is the
please.
link that Libra Queen shared in the chat asking who
Not
did the body.
now tell me that
Ah!
that other picture is fucking Mandy again. Lie again. Lie motherfucker again. Who did the body? Ozempic is a hell of a drug. You hear me?
It's like, oh, we have a comment. Mandy Moore is a different person now. It's crazy. Oh my god, y'all are dragging her.
Because Harpo, who is that woman? Harpo, who is that woman? Harpo, who did the body?
Oh my god.
And ain't nothing but 41 years old. I mean, yeah, 41 years old, about to be 42. Lie again and tell me that's many more. I know you fucking lying.
Look, and we got a comment in the chat asking the same question. We say, wait, which one is Mandy Moore on slide 6? The one on the far right.
Exactly, Happy. Exactly. Lie a motherfucking again. I know you fucking lying.
Oh my god.
Ain't no motherfucking way.
I had
No,
to
hell
take my
no.
glasses off at the moment so I can wipe the tears, the real tears that are coming down my eyes right now, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. Poor Mandy.
Scan the alarmingly red lips.
Well, and there was actually a tweet that I wanted us to see together from an account that said from what Bunny said, and she actually because what's it called Pop Crave who be tweeting about all the celebrity tea and stuff. They actually tweeted because they talked about this Ashley Tisdale story, Pop Crave, and this was a retweet that said, and let me share my screen. It says, I found out Hillary Duff and Mandy Moore are also in this mom group. And when the LA fires happened, Hillary took many and her friends in after they lost their homes. And Ashley went on Instagram bragging about buying a new house in the midst of all that. Also, her politics are real Palm Beach. So I don't know. I don't know. And when they say the politics are Palm Beach, there was some information out there with Ashley Tisdale like giving a tribute to Charlie Kirk. So there's some.
Mm.
Girl,
Oh
her
well.
hairstyle and her being in the center, it gives that. Okay. God bless. Hmm. Again, I still am looking for Mandy Moore. Please. Next story.
Oh my God. And why we got another comment saying, wait, who was supposed to be making a comeback? Mandy? Because that ain't her.
Exactly. Hello. Hello.
Y'all missing Mandy's old face like candy, honey.
Ain't
Oh,
nobody missing. Nobody is missing her old face. Let's be clear. Nobody is missing it. I'm just saying, don't try to misappropriate yourself, ma'am. You need a new name.
we can call her
New.
Mandisha.
Okay, new face. Who's this? Hello.
Oh gosh. Well, while we still talking about the Disney stars, Disney Channel stars, especially like the ones that the millennials know. Did y'all watch Even Stevens?
Yes.
Okay, shout out. I mean, when it comes to Even Stevens, when it comes to like certain sitcoms that's featuring white people, that was actually one I did not mind. I liked Even Stevens. Well, Libra Queen, I know you remember the iconic Beans from Even Stevens, honey.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Well, those who
What?
don't know what Beans is, Beans was a very awkward looking boy in the show who grew up to be a very awkward looking man.
Right. Who rap now?
But he had like a job at Universal Studios. And he's actually alleging that he was fired for trying to report a pedophile. And I have this link here from TMZ. And you see where it says, even Stevens actor claims he was fired from Universal Studios for reporting inappropriate behavior. So, Stephen Anthony Lawrence, a former child star on the Disney hit Even Stevens, says he was retaliated against for reporting a pedophile at Universal Studios and now no longer has a job there. The actor who played Bernard Beans Orangutan on 22 episodes of the show from 2001 to 2003 made the claims on Instagram Saturday, sharing a photo of his work ID leaned up against a large toad costume. Steven says he's put off sharing the news because he'd hoped to come to an amicable solution with his former employer. However, he says his time at Universal Studios came to an end recently, alleging his boss and a human resource representative retaliated against him for reporting a suspected pedophile around children. Lauren says it hurts him to quit, but he claims he can't, in good conscience, continue to associate with Universal while people are allegedly being hurt by this individual. He finishes off his post by writing, "With what I know, I will never allow my kid to go to Universal Studios Hollywood. Be safe, everyone." Tons of social media users jumped into Lawrence's comments to support him, including his former co-star, the iconic Kristen Carlson Romano, honey, who wrote, "Good for you, Steven." Worth noting, Steven provides no physical evidence to back his claim. We've reached out to Steven, the boss, and the HR rep he listed in his initial Instagram post, and so far, no word back. And they actually do have an update that I haven't read. So the update says a Universal spokesperson tells TMZ, "We have investigated and reviewed the concerns brought forward by this former employee, and they were found to be inaccurate and without merit. We take all employee concerns seriously and have established processes for raising any concerns without fear of retaliation." Mhm. Mhm. So, and if y'all have any other information
I
that
don't
come back,
believe them.
what you say, Boone?
I said I don't believe Universal Studios.
Me neither. I don't either. I don't either. And then the thing about and y'all could correct me if I'm wrong if y'all heard any information about him, but the only thing that we've ever heard about Beans is just being awkward looking. Other than that, he usually goes on about his business. He's not usually problematic I haven't read anything problematic about him, but again, if you have any information that counters that, please let me know. But he's saying that I saw some shit, I spoke up, and now they tried to come out against me. No, and I wanted to not say anything at first because I wanted the shit to be amicable, but no, they said no, fuck you. So okay, fuck them. It looks like he really enjoyed his time working there, and they
Nobody's gonna put themselves out. Well, okay, there will be some people, but like you said, he ain't been problematic before, and he's saying he wants to stop a pedophile, and so they didn't do an investigation prior to him getting fired, and now y'all doing an investigation because afterwards. Mm-mm.
and this is the picture of his name badge. So look at how worn out the name badge is, baby. He been there for a minute.
Yeah, because his rap career didn't really take off,
Oh my
clearly.
god. Stop it. But then he ends it with, "I will never let my child go to Universal Studios Hollywood." Oh, hey, B, those some strong claims, honey. Uh, yeah, that's that on that, honey. Well, y'all, I got three more stories left. This next one is actually a tweet by the account from Drag Crave. Are y'all familiar with that? They kind of they post a lot about of drag race news and stuff like that, or the famous drag queens from Drag Race.
Is
Well,
this about Cardi B?
huh?
Is this tweet about Cardi B?
It is not, no. But shout
Oh,
out to her. Shout out to because Drag Race just premiered. The new season just premiered Friday, and she was the first guest judge for the new season. I
Yeah.
actually did not watch it. I will get around to watching because I love these. So I'm sorry, girls. I was a bad gay this weekend. My bad. But no. So this is actually about season two's winner. So long story short, Season 2 of Drag Race was very good, and it had some really bad bitches on there. The one who won was Tyra Sanchez, whose real name is James Ross. There was the top two. I'm just giving y'all a little brief history before I go into the story. The top two were Raven and Tyra. A lot of people felt that Raven should have won because they probably liked her drag better, but they also felt that Tyra had a very negative attitude. So after Tyra's win, over the years, there have been some incidents where Tyra has not gotten along with the other queens and even has been banned from certain events like the DragCon event and stuff like that. Tyra has even reportedly had her. So do y'all remember when we talked about last year when one of the Filipino drag queen, Jiggly Caliente, passed away? And Tyra Sanchez kind of alluded. She said some not so nice things about Jiggly after she passed because they had a nasty relationship. Well, because of that, RuPaul allegedly snatched Tyra's crown and said that Raven is the rightful season 2 winner. Now, the problem with that is, right, to me personally, now Raven is currently RuPaul's makeup artist and has been for quite some time now. And Raven, when I tell you Raven beats the fuck out of RuPaul's face, baby, that's money well spent. But with that discourse going around with Tyra not being treated like the rightful winner, I just thought that was done in poor taste. But anyway, I bring all that up to say, baby, because of all of this, Tyra Sanchez, aka James Ross, is planning on suing not only RuPaul, but Michelle Visage and World of Wonder. And she talks about it on the Facebook post that we're about to read together. So, y'all see, I have this tweet here from Drag Crave, and this is a screenshot of James Ross, aka Tyra Sanchez's post. Before my words are twisted, before blogs attempt to paint me how they see fit, here's my full transparency regarding my lawsuit against RuPaul's Drag Race. Statement of claim. Plaintiff James Ross, professionally known as Tyra Sanchez, asserts claims against RuPaul Andre Charles, RuPaul, Michelle Visage, and World of Wonder, WOW, or WOW, for intentional infliction of emotional distress, defamation, false light, and is that word tortious or tortious? Anyway, that word interference with prospective economic advantage. For over a decade, defendants acting collectively and in concert have engaged in a pattern of conduct designed to discredit, disparage, and destroy Ross's professional reputation with reckless disregard for the truth and with the intent to incite hatred, harassment, and ostracization within the entertainment industry and among the public. The next one goes on the factual background. In 2010, Michelle Visage's campaign of discrediting Ross. In 2010, Wow hired Visage as a permanent judge on RuPaul's Drag Race. An iconic day for a lot of us because we love her. Anyway, on her promotional tour for season 3, Visage repeatedly stated, I'm RuPaul's best friend, and if I were a judge on season 2, I would have fought really hard for Raven to be the winner. This deliberate narrative that Ross's season 2 victory was undeserved fueled years of harassment, blackballing, and reputational harm. In 2020, Visage privately acknowledged her wrongdoing via a direct Instagram message to Ross, but has never issued a public apology or correction. Her failure to publicly retract her statement left the damaging narrative uncorrected. So, then this goes on in 2028, the false police report and public ridicule. So in 2018, Wow filed a false police report accusing Ross of threatening to blow up DragCon. This baseless report triggered an LAPD investigation and was disseminated by major media outlets, including Entertainment Weekly, TMZ, and Ouch Magazine. The false accusation branded Ross as dangerous, further inciting public ridicule, harassment, and threats of violence. It says 3, pattern of defamatory storylines. WoW has repeatedly used its programming to discredit Ross and incite hatred. All Star Season 1, Episode 1, Raven was given the line, and that's a step up, Tyra Sanchez, directly aimed to humiliate Ross. This sparked a new wave of online hate, harassment, and death threats. All Star Season 3, Episode 1, WoW rewarded Morgan McMichaels with airtime to deliver the line, I look pretty good for a dead bitch, a targeted attack referencing her feud with Ross. This perpetuated the false narrative that Ross maliciously faked McMichael's death. All Star Seasons 10, 2025, RuPaul crowned Raven as Snatch Game winner, once again reviving the false narrative that Ross's season 2 win was illegitimate. The incident generated millions of impressions online and reinvigorated harassment campaigns against Ross. It says, ongoing campaign of targeted humiliation on January 8th of 2025. Excuse me. And this is what I was talking about earlier. RuPaul reposted a skit showing her slapping Ross across the face. This act, publicized to millions, was not satire, but a calculated provocation intended to humiliate Ross and encourage renewed harassment. And then the last one, and it says, as a direct and foreseeable result of defendant's actions, Ross has suffered severe reputational harm, preventing him from securing professional opportunities, constant harassment, threats, and ostracization from the entertainment industry and the LGBT plus community, emotional distress, trauma, and fear for personal safety. Ross avoids LGBT plus spaces and individuals due to a reasonable belief that he will be subjected to mistreatment or violence, economic losses in the form of lost wages and a diminished earning capacity. Conclusion: the evidence demonstrates a systemic and malicious campaign by RuPaul, Michelle Visage, and World of Wonder to discredit and destroy James Ross's career and livelihood. Their contact, excuse me, their conduct constitutes defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and tortious interference with Ross's professional opportunities. Ross seeks affirmative relief, including compensatory and punitive damages, as well as declaratory relief, acknowledging the defendant's wrongful conduct. So I know that was a lot of information, y'all, but wow. Oh, we have a comment. Cardi B hosting a Twitter space going off, child. And the gagger is, I actually had a story that I was going to do about Selena Powell, talking about, recording her filming Offset. Why I decided not to. Don't nobody want to hear about that bullshit. So I decided
Yeah.
not to even put that on my list.
Question: what is wrong with people? Why are people always trying to give people death threats? Like, are the public? Are y'all okay? What? Why are y'all sending death threats to
Child.
people on TV? Or even, I mean, even like just people in general. Why are y'all calling? How are y'all getting that information and why? Why you got that much time on your hands? You should really
Child.
think about your life. Like, it's really not very, yeah, there's a lot of, you need to get a hobby. People out
Child.
here really need hobbies and like community because who the fuck is doing all these fucking death threats?
Child, please, you will be surprised. You ain't even got to be on TV to get death threats. Ask me how I know. I remember the last one I got was when a tweet of mine went viral about Drake being a stupid ass hanging out with Morgan Wallen, and one of his supporters hit me up in a DM and was like, "Fuck you, bitch! You need to go jump off a bridge or something like that." I said, "Well, you do it first and tell me how it goes." And then he says, "Not if I kill you first." I'm like, "Oh, not a death threat over there, biracial Canadian, girl."
Look, you know what?
Listen, if you want to play with a Durham bitch like that, then baby, that's on you. But okay,
Yeah, see, my first thought when you said that, I said, "Well, bring your ass on then, bitch, and
listen,
see if
okay.
if I find you first."
I ain't even gonna say nothing, baby, because we don't see where I'm from. We don't do a lot of talking,
Hmm.
so that's that.
Country folks will bury you on some property. I've been seeing a lot of TV shows to prove it.
I mean, look, we have a common fact. I'm just saying, honey. The last thing you want to mess with is a Durham bitch or a Fayetteville bitch. I'm just saying, and there's some reason for that. But yeah, I've actually seen the campaigns against Tyra. Now I'm not minimizing the stuff that's because Tyra has done and said some disgusting things. But even after that, she has rightfully won her crown on season 2. She did. She competed and she won. So for them to sit there and then they kept running with this narrative since what? Since 2010, Tyra's alleged that Michelle, soon as she got as a judge, hired as a permanent judge for season 3, she'd been going on the campaign saying, "Oh well, if I was in season 2, because it was Merle, what's her name? Merle, was it Merle Dandridge? Not Merle Dandridge, Merle, I can't remember the name, but she was season 1 and 2 judge. which I liked her as well. But Michelle became permanent on season 3 and said if I was season 2, then Raven would have won. And then the fact that Raven is being rewarded with being RuPaul's permanent makeup artist and appearing on a bunch of shows. Tyra can't even come to DragCon. They claimed that she said she was gonna blow the shit up. I don't know if that's true or not. Tyra probably did say that shit, but I don't know. But yeah, for them to sit there and try to act like she didn't compete and win season 2 was kind of dirty. So this is gonna be really interesting, and I'm gonna continue to follow it. So, and because they said this was an intended lawsuit, so I don't know if it's been filed officially, but this wording looks like it's going to be filed. I'm just saying. So that's that on that, honey. Oh, y'all, this next story is so sad, and it's it's about Tommy Lee Jones's daughter. So remember, we learned about her being found in the hotel room over the weekend, and we had a story saying that the police 911 dispatch indicated that it was a possible overdose. Well, this TMZ article, and TMZ messy as hell, honey. If I say what TMZ really stands for, Harvey being the messiest Z word, honey, they'll probably try to take my show off Chatmosa Jumbotron anyway. But y'all see, I just shared here by TMZ. Tommy Lee Jones's daughter, Victoria, was charged with public intoxication before death. So, Tommy Lee Jones's daughter, Victoria, was facing charges of public intoxication and resisting a peace officer before her tragic death last week, TMZ has learned. As you know, Victoria was found dead at Fairmont, San Francisco early Thursday morning, with the dispatch audio indicating it was a suspected overdose. In court documents obtained by TMZ, Victoria is accused of being in a public place while under the influence of, and I'm going to mispronounce this, I'm sure, but under the influence of toluene, which the National Institutes of Health describes as an inhaled solvent voluntarily used by adolescents and adults for their euphoric effects. Euphorogenic effects. The case stems from an alleged incident from May 14th of 2025 in Santa Cruz and was still active at the time of her death. Victoria had a pre-trial conference scheduled for January 27th. We broke the story. Victoria had multiple run-ins with the law over the years with a recent drug-related arrest in April where she was found to be in unlawful possession of cocaine. She was offered a plea deal in that case, which would have required her to get sober, but she didn't live to see the court date. Victoria's family broke their silence on her death Friday with a brief statement that read, "We appreciate all the kind words, thoughts, and prayers. Please respect our privacy during this difficult time. Thank you." Oh, TMZ, y'all, messy, 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 honey. Why do we need to know this? But I'm glad they did though, because they be doing this to the black people. So I'm glad to see it's spread it out evenly. Critics' Choice Award last night, Best Supporting Actress in Comedy Series, Janelle James for Abbott Elementary. Yes! Congratulations to Principal Ava, my favorite character on the show, honey. This is a Principal Ava standing Principal Ava supremacy, bitch. So congrats to her. And I think this was her first win, if I'm not mistaken. I need to look that up, but I think if it is, congratulations to her. It's always good to see comedians doing their thing, and I love it. So, but yeah, that's really sad. But we kind of knew it was they said because the last time we talked about Victoria, we learned that there was that 911 call that was said it was a OD and a color change. So they said like she, yeah, sad. That's that on that. Where our last story of the day, hun, the last story I have for y'all, Mickey Rourke. So I know women of a certain age know who he is because I know he probably had some of y'all wet back in his day, honey. So everybody wanted a piece of Mickey Rourke, honey. Well, y'all, if you had a crush on Mickey Rourke back in the day, this is your chance, your opportunity to step up and help his ass, honey, because he is about to go homeless. He about to get evicted, girl. And y'all see, I just shared this TMZ
Mickey
article.
who?
Mickey Rourke, girl.
Who had a crush on him?
The girls had a
You?
crush on Mickey. No,
You?
hell no, not me, honey. No.
Oh, because I'm trying to figure out who had a crush.
You
Raise
be
your
surprised.
hand. Raise your hand, group,
I'm actually
class.
curious. So did anybody in here, because I know, like, not to call anybody out, but it is like two women in the room who would certainly know who Mickey Rourke is, because he was definitely geared towards y'all back in that time. Queen of
Wow,
Heaven, did you have a
geared towards. I gotta
he
Google
was?
now because
They tried to make
this.
him like the Tom Brady, not Tom Brady, shit, the Tom Cruise of the '80s and stuff. Like they made him a name. Oh, oh. They say I was too young
I'm
for him.
I'm not seeing it. Google Images is not doing him justice. I'm never seeing it.
Listen, me either, but certain honey. Anyway, I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum.
I'm yucking it. Shit, the fuck. Cause you came in here talking cash money shit, talking about something. Ooh, it used to be somebody's hot. No, actually, no. Hell no.
So we have a comment that he did that film, like the first NC-7 that was first rated NC-17 in the '80s, and he was good looking.
Who
Was
said
in
that?
quotation marks.
By whose standard?
I'm guessing by white people standards. I don't know.
By auntie standard? Because you
As,
know.
girl, not even by mine, honey, because I wouldn't even let him sniff it.
Ding ding. Hello.
He can't even sniff it, honey. Especially he ain't got no home. But it says Mickey Rourke is in dire straits, and he's turning to GoFundMe to help him stay in the home where he's reportedly $59,100 behind on rent payment. As we reported, Mickey Rourke received a 3-day notice to either pay up or get out of a rented property in Los Angeles on December 18th, but he ended up failing to comply, according to court documents. Now, the 73-year-old actor and former boxer gave friend Leah Joelle Jones permission to start a GoFundMe with a fundraising goal of $100,000 in order to keep him from getting evicted. The fundraiser states life doesn't always move in a straight line, and despite everything Mickey has given through his work and his life, he is now dealing with a challenging financial moment that has put his housing at risk. It adds, the goal is to give Mickey some stability and peace of mind during a stressful time so he can stay in his home and have the space to get back on his feet. Any donation, no matter the size, will make a difference. If you're not able to contribute, sharing his page is also a huge help. Thank you so much for your kindness and support. Last week, we showed you pics of Mickey Rourke with a shaved head looking nearly unrecognizable from the heartthrob he was known to be in the '80s. He looked pale and frail as he was snapped picking up groceries outside of his LA home. At the time of publishing, the GoFundMe has already raised nearly $24,000 or 24% of its total goal. Okay, let me go because they have the link in here. Let me see where it looks like now. We can look at it together. Let me share my screen. Okay. Oh, girl, he almost there. $77,000 for this white man. Mm. Good for him. Let me see. The most recent donation was an anonymous donation for $5,000. Bitch, if you want to send a bitch an anonymous donation, honey, come to auntiedairy.com and use that tipping feature. I would love a $5,000 tip. Are you kidding me? But it's old white man. How you, girl? Mm, I'm gonna keep my comments to myself, honey. But this is how you see how a certain demographic of people can just fail upwards, honey. Like, are you kidding me? Over $77,000, and he was what? He was only behind what 58. Girl, there are so many people who could have used this. Because I'm trying to
Let me
like,
hold up, Auntie. Let me step in because you didn't see my hand. Anyways, it's the caucasity for me. It's a mediocre, ugly white man audacity and privilege for me. Because what you mean that you've been behind in rent $59,000, but you out here making a GoFundMe, sir? You are a mediocre actor with a little celebrity that's choosing to live in a place that's high as hell. But
oh,
you want to go to the public in this economy? Oh, it's the caucasity for me. And I get, and let me not find out that man person of color was donating to that motherfucker. It better be all white men, okay? That donated to that motherfucker. Because what you mean? You finna give to a man who literally should have it, but probably smoked it, coked it, and all of the above it.
Oh my God.
And now when he looking for the public to bail him the fuck out because he happened to be famous back in the day. He happened to be somebody's heartthrob back in the day, and we don't know nothing about you. I need y'all to get the fuck up. Stand the fuck up, and he needs to go the fuck to hell. Because what you mean? Oh, help me out, please, sir. And then it's the audacity to get a professional photo done with your fucking animal. And this is not, and this whatever you posting out is it's still not clearing. Sorry, face card decline, 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 decline,
So
decline,
this is what got the girls in the 80s wet,
decline,
honey.
declined, decline, decline, decline. And this is why I don't support GoFundMe. Sorry, not sorry. Baby, go to hell. Sorry, not sorry. And I want, ooh, I can't tell. You know what? I can't tell people what to do with their money. You know, it's their personal business. But I really wish that GoFundMe would do a more stringent, um, be more stringent about who they allow to go on to their platform to beg, because that's what it is. That's public begging. Sir, get up. You a senior citizen. You ain't drawing Social Security yet. What you doing? You can't afford to live in your house. You need a downside, sir. Go get yourself put in a home or something. Get
Oh,
assisted
oh.
living. The fuck?
So this is
You want
another
to be
part.
high and mighty on somebody else's dime, and what's gonna happen when that money run out? Hmm. Hmm. And y'all keep posting these pictures. He ugly. No, he was never the guy. Sorry.
He was never that. Mickey and Johnny
Spoil,
Handsome.
spoil milk. Tomato, tomato, tomato.
Now this is the photo they was talking about. Oh, he looks
Spoil
horrible
milk,
here.
tomato, tomato, tomato. Yeah.
Yeah, this look.
Yeah.
He looks
Mm.
Tomato,
like one
tomato,
of them
tomato.
things out of the movies that's like half dead. It's an evil creature.
Oh my God.
Jeepers creepers.
Oh gosh. They say, remember
He
this? Remember this was when Tom Selleck was seen as hot too. Look, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Remember, I do not remember. Thank the Lord God.
Because the
I
way
would
I
never
used
remember that. I have Libra
he
eyes. I would never remember that. Mm-mm. If
baby,
you
they used to
ugly,
he
you
look
ugly. You can't make me
he
see
looked
it.
like a
Sorry.
zombie, like a rotting corpse, like alive though. Oh
Okay.
my god,
now
that's scary.
back in the day they thought Burt Reynolds was that nigga, honey. Like
Bert.
now okay, now truth be told, like if I was growing
Auntie, auntie,
okay,
auntie,
I'm just
auntie.
saying because it's the
Get up,
mustache.
girl. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Have y'all ever seen the movie Cop in the Hell?
Nope.
Oh, well, that movie made me fall in
Yes.
love with Burt Reynolds. I love that movie. But
I mean, he had a mustache, so you didn't get to see it first, really.
and he was cute on
He
the Golden Girls. That time he came on the Golden Girls. He was
yeah
cute.
I got.
yeah
Oh, child. Wow.
for the Karens.
I
I
mean, at
was
least this Burt Reynolds guy, at least, yeah. Mm.
What
I
you
mean,
saying, babe?
I can understand it more from him, even with his old pictures. God rest his soul.
Yeah, but um,
I can
yeah,
see, I
but
can understand why girls was like, oh yeah. But this
yeah,
motherfucker right here on the screen,
no,
please,
you're right.
can we scroll or something? Cause God Lord.
no, I just did a Google search for Mickey Rourke young to see like
And listen, ain't none of that hitting on nothing.
That one right there
Nothing,
below
nothing hitting on nothing. Ain't
is
nothing hitting
that
on
one.
nothing.
That
Sorry.
one.
oh,
No, it's a hard no for me.
Oh yeah, it's a
It's an
hard no.
everywhere. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
yeah, I don't
Mediocre
get it either.
caucasity.
And personally, I think there were like several other white men in the 80s who look way better than
Mediocre
this.
caucasity.
Yeah, this is I mean not my jam, but
No,
Not a
not at
hairstyle can
all.
make it work. Mm-mm.
no, and it was actually Because y'all remember the movie The Expendables with Sylvester Stallone and all of them, like all the action
No.
stars. Well, anyway, it was really good if you haven't checked it out. The first one especially, I really enjoyed the first one. And Mickey Rourke made an appearance in it. So me and my aunt was watching it together. My great aunt, she's an older woman. And I was like, we were just talking about like plastic surgery at the time. And he came on. I was like, oh, honey, he done got so much work done to his face. So she's the one who mentioned me. She was like, oh, yeah, baby, they used to go up for him like back in the day. And I'm like, him?
Who is
So I
that?
had
I'm still looking for those people
Look,
to identify themselves. Come up.
calm down. Calm down.
Reveal yourself quickly.
The 80s, the 70s, and
They got a
80s.
side by side between him and Bruce Willis, and Bruce Willis is killing him. Okay.
Oh yeah, Bruce Willis. That's cute. That's why I said there's
I'm
plenty more.
not a hairstyle, not a shortcut, not a long hair, not a buzz,
Okay,
the white
yes,
boy slick back. None of that is working for him. Give it up.
yes. But what I'm saying is in the 80s, early 90s, before he did all this work and drugs and stuff, they thought he was cute. He was part of in that little thing of where
He
they
was barely
thought they were
there.
handsome. I mean, I agree with you, but yeah, that's what they liked out there.
He was doing something strange for some change. I guarantee you that.
The Karens and the Beckys were too. Child, he was a
He
bad boy.
he he was on some he was the opposite end of Ashley Tisdale in the cool mafia. That's what happened. He's the guy who can get us the drugs. Guarantee you that. That's why they was like, oh, I'm a little bit high. He look a little fine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, can't ain't no way. Ain't
I'm
no
just really
motherfucking way.
annoyed though that he was able to get just being mediocre
But
and
Auntie,
white.
you
And
gonna leave us with this raggedy ass man as the last story? That's crazy.
I was hoping one of y'all had some tea that I might have missed.
Listen. I listen.
I mean, you could have talked about James Harden. I sent you that.
Hello,
No, which
because
one?
why, Lord? Can we? Oh, in the face.
Oh,
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 Jesus, just
quick.
it's you see his face. It's
No,
so
it's black for me. It's black. I can't see.
okay. Just don't refresh. Just don't refresh. Okay, don't refresh it
You
because you're
could have
gonna have to
talked
see
about
what I'm
James
seeing. He
Harden,
looked like he
Auntie.
got herpes around the mouth. His nose fucked up. Jesus.
No, now, Moon, you mentioned another story. I because remember I said I didn't check none of my DMs this weekend.
Wow, that's
Oh no,
crazy,
you
Auntie.
mentioned it. No. You said, "Wow, that's crazy" or something. It was about him not trying to clone his newest baby or baby on the way or something.
Who
Uh,
was that?
James Harden, basketball player.
He got a
And I
baby?
said, yeah, he already
They,
has a kid, and I guess the current
I need these
girlfriend.
women to stand up. Stand up!
And he's another one. If he shaved his beard off, he's he's not attractive at all.
okay, yep, I found this. This is a story about Complex. We can go over this. So this is gonna be one of the last stories I have. Or happy share the link to in the chat. Let me I'll see that one after this one. And it looks like because this is Complex, I'm gonna have to do a custom link because you know they funny. Um, James Harden.
Somebody died? Who is this? Oh, I don't know who this is. Oh, I do know who this is. Oh, damn. 62? I wonder if she was doing steroids.
Well, we'll talk about that after James Harden messed it behind. And y'all see I just shared here by way of Complex. And it says here NBA star James Harden accused of abandoning newborn son amid Paige Spate's pregnancy. So James Harden has kept his personal life largely out of the public view for most of his career, but recent developments have brought renewed attention to his role as a father at a time when his family life is already in transition. In the 2025 Netflix docuseries Starting Five, the former NBA MVP acknowledged that he has a son named Jace who was around 6 years old when the series was filmed. The series also revealed that Harden and his girlfriend Paige Spates were expecting a baby boy, and Spates herself confirmed her pregnancy through a series of Instagram posts celebrating her baby shower and impending delivery. And it is in this framework that the latest controversy has emerged. According to the Jasmine brand, a woman posting under the Instagram handle at TwinkJM shared a series of stories accusing Harden of failing to step up as a father. The post, which also claims that Harden was the father of the newborn son, explicitly tagged Harden's verified account. In her messages, the woman wrote that she was done protecting an image that doesn't reflect the reality, adding, being the bigger person doesn't mean carrying everything alone. While Harden was directly tagged in the stories, the woman did not publicly provide documentation or further detail confirming Harden's paternity of the child referenced. No birth records, timelines, or legal filings have been shared publicly in connection with the claims. There were, however, plenty of photos of the child in question and the usual social media responses ranging from accusatory against Harden to claiming the woman was clout chasing. As of this writing, Harden has not responded to the allegations, nor have his representatives issued a public statement. There has also been no confirmation of Harden regarding whether the child mentioned in the Instagram stories is his, and no independent verification has emerged to substantiate or refute the claims. Mm-mm.
My thing
It's
is,
probably his baby. And she probably,
because why would anybody lie on him? Please.
girl,
Mm-mm.
have y'all seen what he looked like without that beard?
Yes, and that's what I was saying.
Oh, girl. And his feet. Oh my God.
Please
Oh,
don't show us. Please
you know
don't
what? I
show.
would not do that to y'all. We don't need to start the new year off like that. Mm-mm.
Well, most basketball players have terrible feet.
Ooh, honey, but here's this like, yeah, there's terrible feet, and then there's just like eagle's claws. Like that motherfucker got eagle's claws.
Yeah, he better keep that beard forever, ever,
Woo,
ever.
Ever,
yes,
ever.
honey. Now, who this person? Scary movie star Jane. Is that Tricka? Oh, yes, that's her. I know her from Miss Man. She played Miss Man in Scary Movie.
Mm-hmm.
What
Oh,
happened?
she died.
Oh no.
And it says bodybuilder Jane Tricker, who played Miss Man in Scary Movie, dead at only 62.
Dang.
So bodybuilder Jane, is that pronounced Tricker? We're gonna say this is gonna be pronounced Tricker today. So bodybuilder Jane Tricker, who played Miss Man in Scary Movie, has died, TMZ has learned. Jane's son tells TMZ Jane passed away December 12th in San Diego. The San Diego medical examiner also confirmed her death, telling us her cause of death is pending. Jane's son was not aware of any medical condition or sickness that would have caused her death. Jane competed in bodybuilding shows in the 80s before she landed her first acting role in 2000 with Scary Movie. Her memorable role led to more gigs such as The Drew Carey Show and Whose Line Is It Anyway, but she also reportedly worked as a California realtor. She also appeared in many fitness magazines, including Flex, Muscle Mag, International, and Women's Physiques World. Jane was only 62, and they ended with rest in peace.
Oh.
Yeah, rest in peace. That's sad.
Why they use this picture though?
I, they don't give me the line. Oh, look, I'm laughing at this comment about James Hart. He looked like he would have birds living in his beard, like that episode of Family Guy. Well, he probably do, honey, with them eagle claw feet, honey.
Ugh. You have to be a brave soul to procreate with that man, knowing what his face looked like up under that beard.
I mean, it depends, honey. Now, somebody like me who can't procreate, that's a conversation that I
Yeah.
can have. Like, how much money we talking? And everybody look the same when the lights is out and your face is buried in the pillow. So,
That's having sexual relations and procreating, Auntie. You gonna give your child? You gonna set your child back with genetics? That's crazy. You don't love that child.
well, thank goodness I can't have children, so that ain't the conversation I got to worry about. I ain't got to worry about having no because I can't have no way. So, but what I can do is cash a check. So, it's, uh, well, y'all, that was all the tea. Thank you all for that last minute tea. Did anybody have any more tea that I might have missed? Especially since I wasn't checking my DMs over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna do better. It won't happen
So
again.
Auntie,
Do better, please. Until next time, when you gonna be apologizing again? Mm.
I was busy. I was hanging out. I was
You know,
having
Auntie, I'm just
fun.
so busy. I have things to do. Like, oh my God. Are you as busy as I am? Because you're not Auntie. Because, I'm so busy.
You know what? I need Will to bring his ass back on here. Where the hell? Will, if you don't bring your ass back on here.
Well, he's busy. He's so busy.
Big booty Will, so busy. Come on
Wheel the
here.
wagon. Ow. Well, y'all, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to come and sip tea with me. We will be back tomorrow for another live show at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time if you can make it. Don't forget to get those entries in. So I get we have two more chances for you to be a lucky winner of $100. So get those entries in. RSVP, share the show, come to the show and have a good time with us. Get those entries in, honey. And until
And
then,
Dominique, girl, come through. Come talk to us because you won, girl.
well, Dominique may be unisex. That might be a guy.
I'm Dominique. She, they, he. Did I
We'll
cover
just
it?
call
I
them
think
Dom for short.
Dom, wherever you at, Dom, come through.
Come through for real though. But I'm gonna be reaching out to you so I can get your winnings. And until then, y'all, you all have a fabulous rest of your day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.